Welcome to Vedic Counsellor, where ancient Vedic wisdom meets modern scientific insight.
All right, let's dive into something really fascinating today. We're going to connect two ancient worlds: Ayurveda, the science of the body, and Vedic astrology, the science of the cosmos. Specifically, we're talking about your inner fire and how it might just be linked to the stars. So let me ask you this. Have you ever just felt completely burned out? You know the feeling. Maybe it shows up as stress that won't quit, or you find yourself getting angry really easily. Or hey, maybe it's literally a burning feeling like heartburn. What if all of that is connected to this one idea, an inner fire that's just burning way too hot? Well, it turns out ancient wisdom has a name for this internal furnace, and understanding it is really the key. It's called Pitta Dosha.
So what exactly is Pitta? Think of it as the engine of your body. In Ayurveda, it's the force that governs all transformation and metabolism. It's made up of two elements: fire, or Agni, which is your metabolic heat, and water, or Jala, which keeps that fire from just, incinerating everything. When Pitta is balanced, it's amazing. It gives you great digestion, a sharp mind, and a ton of vitality.
And this is what's so cool. Pitta really has two sides to it. On the one hand, when it's in balance, you get all these positives: strong digestion, a razor-sharp intellect, courage, leadership. You literally have a glow about you. But when that same fire gets out of whack, it turns on you. That strong digestion becomes hyperacidity. That sharp intellect becomes irritability and anger. And that glow? It can turn into inflammation, rashes, and literal burning sensations. It's the same energy, just tipped way out of balance. And this is where it gets really serious. When that inner fire isn't managed, it's not just about feeling a little off. It can actually lead to real physical sickness.
In fact, we're not just talking in vague terms here. The ancient Ayurvedic text, the Charaka Samhita, is incredibly specific. It actually lists 40, that's 40, distinct diseases that come primarily from aggravated Pitta. That just shows you how fundamental this energy is to our overall health.
And here are some of the most common examples. You can see how they all tie back to that idea of excess heat, right? For digestion, you've got hyperacidity and ulcers. On the skin, it's things like acne and rashes. It even impacts our liver and blood. And of course, emotionally, there it is again, that fiery anger, that critical nature, that drive for perfectionism that can burn you out.
So you have to wonder, what's fueling this fire in the first place? Sure, Ayurveda talks about diet and lifestyle, but what if there's another piece to the puzzle? This is where Vedic astrology, or Jyotish, comes in and suggests a cosmic connection. The idea in Jyotish is pretty straightforward. The amount of Pitta, or fire, in your system isn't just random. It's actually influenced by the position and strength of certain fiery planets in your birth chart, the snapshot of the sky the moment you were born.
Now there are three main planetary players here. First, you've got the Sun, or Surya, which rules our core vitality, our ego, and our body heat. Then there's Mars, or Mangala, the planet of aggression, blood, and inflammation. And finally, there's Ketu, which isn't a planet in the traditional sense, it's a lunar node, but it has this really intense, sharp energy associated with sudden flare-ups and hidden issues.
But here's the key. It's not just about having these planets in your chart. Everyone does. The problems start when their energy gets distorted. This happens when they're super strong but getting bad influences from other planets, or when they're sitting in a fire sign like Aries or Leo, or when they're in one of the more challenging positions in a chart. That's when their fiery nature can start to really mess with your body's balance.
Okay, so if the planets can be part of the problem, the good news is they're also part of the solution. Jyotish has this amazing system of remedies specifically designed to cool down and pacify these overheated planetary energies. And this is basically the planetary prescription. The thinking is that you can perform specific actions to energetically balance a planet's influence. So, for an afflicted sun, you might chant its mantra or donate something like wheat on a Sunday. For a fiery Mars, you could donate red lentils on a Tuesday. And for Ketu, a really powerful remedy is something as simple as feeding stray dogs.
So how do we bring this all together? Well, the real magic happens when you don't just do one or the other. It's about integrating the physical approach of Ayurveda with the energetic, cosmic approach of Jyotish. It's a completely holistic way of looking at your health.
This chart just makes it so clear. You see, Ayurveda works directly on the body. It's about a cooling diet, avoiding spicy foods, using certain herbs, managing your stress. Then, at the very same time, Jyotish is working on the energetic level. It uses mantras, acts of charity, and behavioral discipline. It's like you're cooling your body from the outside in while purifying your spirit from the inside out.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The goal isn't to get rid of your fire. You need that fire. The goal is to transform it, so when the ego of the sun learns humility, and the aggression of Mars becomes disciplined, and that sharp energy of Ketu becomes spiritual insight, that consuming fire transforms into radiant wisdom.
So we'll leave you with that to think about. What if finding true, lasting balance isn't just about what's on your plate? What if it's also about how you choose to align yourself with the vast energies of the cosmos? It's a pretty powerful idea.
If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel Vedic Counsellor. For personal astrology consultation, horoscope analysis, or Vastu consultation, you can contact us on WhatsApp 919219539215 or visit our website www.vediccounselor.com. Thank you for watching.